What's up, my steers and queers? We're back with more Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, the trilogy, where he apparently is not even the main character in his own game.
He gets 3 separate backstories. None of them are important. People will understand what I mean as we play, but I've
heard how fucking ass backwards everything is with this game.
So here's the thing. It's Ace Attorney. It's hard to find.
And how I've also heard like how bad it gets in terms of like how nonsensical it is.
You know, I'm just gonna say there's some parts that are bad, but the parts that are good are really good.
Okay.
But this is a game where it felt like they were trying to create something new. And
How'd
then
that work?
it feels like there may have been some corporate...
This is not the bad one, Zippy. I think that's the next one.
The next one is my personal least favorite, and I've got a lot of opinions about it. But there's also a lot of people who like it.
Are they hot takes? Are they the hottest
there's
takes?
Some spicy takes. There's some spicy takes that I'll be giving. Don't you worry.
Right. I'm curious now. Don't you love opening up a bag of chips and then looking down to realize it's only a third full? Doesn't that make you feel
they
about
pack
life?
it with air so that it doesn't crunch the chips into dust during transport.
They pack it with you get less food.
That's yay, shrinkflation. Politics on my BFG stream? More likely than you think.
Especially with my dumbass playing the fucking devil's advocate all the time.
So
everybody loves that.
As I am getting all of the advertisements posted here, I have exciting news. Mostly exciting for myself, but it's exciting nonetheless. I am 13.
Yeah, tell everybody.
I am 13 Pokemon away from completing my living dex. For those that don't know what a living dex is, it is when you own one of every Pokemon. Not just completing the Pokedex, but like, so let's say you have a Bulbasaur. You evolve it to an Ivysaur, you evolve it to a Venusaur. In the Pokedex, that would be 3 Pokemon. In a living dex, that's just 1.
Yeah.
So I have 1,012 different Pokemon currently, and I am missing 13. I have been collecting this collection since the 3rd generation. I do have Pokemon that are on Pokemon Home that are from Pokemon Sapphire. I've been at this for a while. And when I complete it, people are going to ask me, was it worth it? And I will be like, no, not even a little bit. And then I'm going to go on to collecting every single regional variant and alternate form, including the gender differences. Oh, help me.
We at BFG Streams are all about a version of stereotypes and subtext. This is Dandy's very subtle way of telling you that he's never been fucked before.
You gotta sell me out? Live on stream like that?
You sold yourself out when you told people that you casually made a living dex.
It's a fun little challenge.
You're fucking challenged.
Yes, I am. I am making a living dex. Of course, I have over 1,000 different Pokemon. There are total in Pokemon Home. I have 1,800 Pokemon, but only 1,012 unique species. Don't you aggressively eat that chip at me. Shove him in the locker. Oh God. Okay. Well, I've done.
Do you want me to out myself?
What are you gonna out yourself about?
When I was playing Dungeons and Dragons with Numar and Azzy and Keen and Hal and Slug earlier, we were in the Palace of Heart's Desire, and there is a Jabberwock in one room, like the Jabberwock from Alice in Wonderland, and Azzy's character Aoth called my character Rex cringe, and then I yelled at the top of my lungs, "You're cringe, AF!" And that woke up the Jabberwock in the other room. So we all had to run in a panic because I woke up a giant, terrifying dragon by saying one of the party members was cringe.
Good job. That's amazing, though. So I apologize.
Hey,
I thought I would be done eating by now, but...
Hey, Dandy, why was 6 afraid of 7?
7, 8, 9.
And why was 10 afraid?
I don't know. Why was 10 afraid?
Because it was in the middle of 9/11.
No! No! No!
You know who came up with that?
Who?
ChatGPT.
No, it didn't.
Check your DMs with me.
You know what?
I just sent you the screenshot. ChatGPT wrote that one.
You said, holy shit, that's dark, ChatGPT. And ChatGPT responded with, yeah, that was a bit too much. Sorry about that. Let's stick with lighter jokes from now on. It just reminds me of the time that there was a fucking AI bot on Twitter that within 24 hours became like a fucking white nationalist or some, yeah.
If you want to stick with a lighter joke, I've got one. What's light and went up in smoke? The Hindenburg. All right.
Why do you do this? Why are you like this?
Because I have not been checked yet, and thus no boundaries have been established.
All right, I got my ginger ale. I'm ready to go.
All right.
All right, so we gotta get...
Americans are the first people that would make jokes about 9/11. We don't let the Terrys win.
All right. So as you can see here, chat, there are 4 episodes in this game.
Why does this prosecuting... Okay, why does the prosecuting attorney just look like he's having a nice time?
Because he is. That's just him. He's just happy to be here, and he's just...
Like, how German is he?
Ja, Fraulein. Oh my god, what is happening with us? We're like seeing double here. What's going on? Ah, that's what's going on. That's probably going to be a problem on the credit screen. That's a problem for future BFG. We're just going to get right into this.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Is he Franziska German or?
A little bit. He's like...
That title sure didn't age well.
No, it sure didn't.
Oh, fuck.
All right, here we go.
I make the best trials and tribulations. You lose. Oh, God. Well, fuck, okay. Huh. I'm interested. But also, is that a 3D model?
Nope, that's two. So the cars are like 3D and stuff, but this game does a weird mix.
Oh my
right.
god, the judge picture in the background. Why am I just noticing that? That's scuffed looking.
Yeah, because that's a change for this game. Panicked. Palm sweaty. Mom spaghetti. I commit it. I'm nervous.
No idea who the fuck it is. Ah. Got him.
Good morning, sir.
You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight.
Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine.
Is that screeching noise? Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's homicide. I guess justice doesn't start smaller.
I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine.
Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech.
Oh, I overdid it again.
As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift.
Holy shit! Big Circle, thank you for the raid right off the bat. Oh, hold on, we gotta shout out. You fucking welcome, Raiders.
Hey, what's up, Circle?
We are just getting started with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. So it's the very first case.
Yep. For anybody interested, you get to hear Dandy screaming in a high-pitched squeaker voice, which is hilarious.
Hi, my name is Apollo Justice.
Puberty missed.
Yeah, that's Apollo Justice in a nutshell. Also, yeah, welcome, Merp Raiders. Glad to have you.
You know you're rating furries that are in on the business when you fucking that works.
Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift.
As it happens, I dined with him the other night as a murder. We can't let this case fall through.
Yes, I'm fine, sir.
One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Yes. You know, FINE is an acronym for fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. You probably don't want people to think that of you. However, I will be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client.
Oh boy. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way.
Damn, Phoenix got gains. What the fuck?
Oh!
Whoa, what the? Whoa, hey, whoa. Why is Phoenix smoking hot now? That's upsetting. Look at that neck.
No.
The stubble. He just. Huh, when did he go to Himbo U? What the fuck is going on? He's got that nice. He's got that I've lost my will to live hoodie and sleezed up shirt, but I take it in the ass on his hat. Very interesting.
Good morning.
Morning. It's all up to you today.
First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help.
So you're
Fine. I'm fine.
Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name.
Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend, so why?
You'll see.
Uh,
You can do it. Be confident.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean,
Honestly, if I hadn't been accused of murder in at least a decade, I feel like I'm losing touch with reality. It's time. Come on. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I like it when you call me sir. We'll have to do something about that later.
Oh, God. Okay, need to focus. First trial, here comes justice.
I wonder if he says that in his porn videos too.
Damn it. Danny, you're making Apollo sound like a twink, even more than usual. Hey, he is.
The court is now in session. Do you want me to do him or? Well, that because I'm worried about the quality of your voice if you have to do Apollo as you play him now and this tweaker. You're gonna lose your voice by the end of the night.
It is up to you.
Everybody that I'm playing is smooth ranged. I can do you want me to just go like the prosecution is ready, Your Honor? Like, didn't he have like a Joyzy thing going on last time?
Well, I don't know if he had that, but I was
like,
you know what?
I'm literally just gonna do the same fucking voice that I used for goddamn Kuba. So
yeah, go on, give him the Kuba voice.
That hair is I've given up the will to live. Wait, has he gotten progressively balder and balder as the games go on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or
except he's been trying very hard to grow it out. And it's
well, no, what he's clearly doing in this is he took a piece of hair from the back of his head and he just lopped it over the top and glued it down.
Hey, that's not how comb-overs work.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Playing him like fucking hyperactive Meowth. Sup, Zippy?
The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Oh, mine going blank. Panic. Oh, too late.
Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial?
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really.
Are you sure? Your voice sounds quite strained. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin.
Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel?
We're not worrying about the inner monologue of your bicep size, Mr. Justice. Then again, let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Well, this is truly an unfortunate turn of events. Wow, long time no see. Sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Yeah, let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player.
Mr. Wright, how could this have happened?
Well, I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne, as subtle as a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant, as always. Ahem! The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowling Club.
a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I didn't know you had bladder control issues. A pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of wine. Wine! Wine is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
Yes.
Wine, you bottle. Something to note, Justice.
All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently.
The court record. Right. I've heard of that.
Yes. You can use the E button to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this.
Right. Just use... Oh, God. What was it again?
Blowjobs at 5?
So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this shady Smith? With the names already? We're doing this?
Oh, you think that's bad? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Who would willingly eat at a Western restaurant at their food as their food tastes like sadness? Though, given Wright's current position in life, yeah, well. Oh, thanks, Zippy. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. All right.
Well, we believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
A traveler? Like a time traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He only had returned to this country recently, though. His place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
Yeah, that too. It's unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe that they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
If only they had just met, then why the fucking cat? It's not time for you to eat yet.
Why the fucking cat?
Oh, let me feed this small retard. Riley! What? What?
He is so demanding every stream. Hi, chat. So I've just realized something. If Ice is taking out all these voices, I am only voicing Apollo in this case. So I may chit chat with Ice when he gets back to see if he wants me to take on. I don't even fucking know. I'd probably take on. Yeah, I don't know. There's very little in my range in this case. Would you do some of the witnesses, Daddy? I will do some of the witnesses. Unfortunately, there's only like one witness in this case. So... But, yeah, I mean... I'll try and be doing more. But Ice was pretty enthusiastic about doing some of these voices, so I was like, you know what? Go for it. What did you say when I asked if I could grab a soda from the fridge? Sure you can. Funny.
I love how this cat demands food. I feed him. He immediately runs back to me once I'm done. Also, we just had Thanksgiving here in America, and I have a question. What the fuck is up with pecan pie?
What do you mean? Like, is it good?
It just tastes like sugar and nuts, but it's got the consistency of cum and nuts.
That's not where I thought you were going with that sentence. But you know what? Sure.
Dude, it tasted like a fucking type 2 diabetic's orgasm. It's terrible.
I mean, I love sugar on sugar, so I mean, I've tried pecan pie before. I wasn't a big fan of it.
It's like someone melted a Snickers bar and then took out the chocolate and then covered it in nuts and was like, here, try and eat this. Bonus points. Don't get glue on your face, because that's kind of what it has the consistency of. I'm not griping. I am not griping. It tasted very nice. It was just difficult to eat without feeling like I was trying to chortle down a fucking diabetic's fucking sugary load.
I say that's one of my dad's favorite desserts.
However,
he will tear up some pecan pie.
I did get to try key lime pie for the first time.
Ooh.
And I now have a type of pie that I will actively try and kill somebody if they're trying to get a slice of it, and I haven't had one yet.
Key lime pie is great.
That shit is fantastic. But I love sour stuff, right? So like if you give me a lemon meringue pie, or I'll just be like, get that fucking meringue shit out of here. Just give me the lemons. When I was a kid, I used to just cut lemons in half and eat them like an orange.
That's so
And
dark.
my parents were just like, what the fuck is our kid doing? And I was like, what? And like, that's a lemon. I don't like the seeds. That's a fucking lemon. What are you doing, kid? Eating it?
I mean, my dad, when he was a kid, would eat like literal entire sticks of butter. So everyone eats weird things as a kid, but lemons, not the weirdest, and also not the unhealthiest. So
I mean, okay, so it's not that weird.
nah, I don't think that's weird.
Lemons. I turned into Will Sasso. Oh God. Can we talk about the rise of Hawaiian rolls during Thanksgiving? Yeah,
So
I don't
good.
understand. I don't understand why people have been using Hawaiian rolls so mucking fudge. Anyways, I'm ready to continue if you are.
Yeah, go for it.
Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing.
Yeah, that doesn't appear to have been the case. Nah, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean.
Must have given him a really damn good blowjob. Jesus
I know, he's just like,
Christ.
suck the goddamn soul out of his body.
Yeah, no shit. Like, that is literally, I just got my dick sucked, the posture. Like, he's sitting there being like, oh, that was good. Fucking hell.
As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself.
Yeah, in this.
What the fuck are you talking?
Yeah, no,
Wait.
Gambling in this country is whatever this country is, Japanifornia, is apparently illegal. Yeah.
Okay, it can't be Japan because they have fucking pachinko. And it can't be America because Las Vegas.
It may be unregulated gambling is a crime or something. I don't know. That's
It's poker. Like, fuck. We're doing good, Zippy.
yeah, doing good.
Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that. A game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the card that backs East in Blue Flame know its final outcome. What? You fucking...
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defendant was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women.
I assure you it was not women I was trying to impress.
I knew you were gonna go for that.
That... Well, That will be our first order of business here, then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure.
This is it! My first trial! Here goes nothing!
He is a snappy fucking dresser, though. I love his outfit.
Oh, he looks great.
Although, if we're going by our favorite colors, I really should have played Apollo and you should have played Phoenix. We did them backwards, but whatever. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, just a game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano.
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it.
Are you all right? You're sweating bullets.
Bullets? Where?
It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too.
My brain feels strained and raspy, sir.
You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. So you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher?
Oh, what to do? Should I ask him for a refresher? No, I'm good. No need for help here, sir. I think I got this one covered.
I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you don't?
I'm fine! Courts of Steel are ready for battle. My weapons, press and present.
Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it.
Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright? As if! Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it.
Oh, dude, no, he lies constantly. What the fuck are you talking about? Did you not play the last 3 games, dude? Phoenix is the lyingest motherfucker. He just lies when he's on your side of the goddamn podium. Don't give me that
Bluffs.
Phoenix would never lie. No, bluffing is just lying that you can get away with.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, yeah, my shoulder's doing a lot better. I'm actually sitting up at the desk, so don't stress.
You can hardly play?
I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them a song. It's usually all they want.
Is that supposed to be a boast just now?
The title of pianist is a mask, like a respectable face I wear for the world at large. And why are you really at the
Sorry. You know what? Let me just take a look. Oh, the attorney's bed. How long did I yearn for one? You just put it on, makes me feel ready. There we go. Whoop. How do I... Okay, so if I just... Okay, so I click to examine. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it.
That's cute.
So, fun fact, in the original game, the final case, which was a DS exclusive, when it was localized into the States, had this system of, like, being able to rotate evidence and everything to show off the DS's capabilities. And I'm pretty sure that the final case of the first game was literally a prototype for this whole game.
Yeah.
But let's see, between 145 and 215, cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt force trauma to the forehead.
Major hemorrhage.
Bottle is completely empty. All right. Whoops. Did they pay you just to play poker?
That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all.
Ah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yeah, your imagination was always a bit shit, Winston.
Oh, what?
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost. Once.
What?
Yeah. You see where the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I am a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is that even possible?
Yeah, sure. Play a game a year.
Hey, Newbar, thank you for the resub. 20 months! Jesus. If he were using the Magatama to read bluffs, I believe it. You know,
That's cheating,
That's-
and yeah,
that's
he'd probably do it.
very possible. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction?
It's got quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for the black market types back in the day.
Black market?
Yeah, all in the past. Things like the black market are the only things that are on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Yeah, the bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watching through the small window. Wait, who keeps gooning through the window? What? I could practically picture it now.
That window does look like it would be good for gooning. Not much else.
The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they'd come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was just good, clean fun.
Two decks of cards.
Yeah, one's for bedtime. Sorry, a simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate two decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted in blue by a sad sweep of the cards. It's poetic, really. Yeah, incidentally, we used two types of cards at that club. One deck of cards was red, the other was blue. As I recall in poker, you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yeah, game of hands. The thing that kind of throws me is that Apollo's fists look like the hands of a goddamn pro boxer. Like,
Yeah.
his hands do not match any part of him. Like, you see, like, he super detailed his fucking knuckles, and they made his hands a little too big, so he looks like he's about to fucking Hajime no Ippo you in the face.
Honestly, he's like kind of dude that probably would.
This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a
See,
simple game after all.
Look at his fucking hands.
I know.
He's got like these huge man hands, like he's about to fucking fly off the handle and deck you in the face. Those hands have more lines than his entire goddamn face. He's got the hands of a seasoned boxer. What the hell? Like, look at those fucking huge knuckles. He kills people. Apollo Justice must have. Maybe it should have been Apollo Creed. Maybe that's his problem. He just took up the wrong job.
Also, this is Phoenix at 33.
Jealous?
Formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. J.D. Smith. Winston Payne. For all his experience, he lacks a certain presence. Also, yeah, no, that tuft of hair, that's just on the top.
Ew.
Yeah. That's a choice, Winston. Very much a choice.
Actually, I want to look up fucking pictures of Winston Payne really quick and see if I can just.
Oh,
like...
you're gonna see a lot of him. You're gonna probably see other members of his family too, because other members of his family do show up. By the way, his last name in Japan is Aochi. You know, as in like ouchie, pain.
I hate it. Okay, so I'm just looking at various pictures of Payne. Yeah, his hairline has just been losing the fight as the years go by.
Oh, yeah.
So he started off with a comb. He started off with a comb over, and now it's just the one last hair.
I mean,
that
you
one
remember
final hair giving up the ghost.
You remember what Mia did to him, right? It was
Yeah,
literally.
His hair exploded and flew off his head. Like, she balded him.
Yeah, she balded him. Also,
Her
look,
intensity intensity was too extreme.
This twink is Apollo Justice, and he's fine.
It's more like Sluggo Justice. He has that Sluggo energy.
Does a little bit, actually.
Are you sure?
Huh?
People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room at the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
I completely let that one slip by.
Don't despair yet, Justice.
Sir?
Right, there's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? All right, very well. The defendant will amend his testimony.
Just one little press. I got myself a whole new testimony.
I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon.
Oh, Phoenix. Man, that's a perfect time for the sirens to go by.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's perfect. It's like, oh, it bears his prints. What? Oh.
Hold on. Back. And...
Objection!
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle? Right?
That's a wine bottle, kid. And that's what I said.
God's sake.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Oh, too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb! Oh, fuck Christ. What is it now, Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints!
Objection!
Holy fuck! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Well, excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case.
But what about my cord of steel?
You did look very cool. So yeah, coolness gets you an extra point. So you can put that right on your sticker on your refrigerator where you're going to wind up if you fuck this case up and get kicked out of law school.
Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true. The print. Oh,
No, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the miter weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted. And there can be only one reason for that. Yes! To brain someone with the bottle!
Ah!
What the fuck are those faces?
Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse.
Oh? I see no problem, Justice.
Huh?
The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything, you'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Well, you're not being very, that's not very chill of you, right? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported?
But that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that...
Really?
Yeah, well, in Amogus, like, they'll do a self-report to the, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we?
Trying to play him as he gets all flustered is fun as hell.
Right.
The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement, 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception that far down. The defendant used the stairs at this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this was the phone that made the call.
Still the same one from 7 years ago. Genuinely impressed that he is still using it.
The defendant could have just fled the scene as a crime if he chose to. Mein Gott, is that a Nokia N-Gage? Ah, was ist los?
Wow! Battery is being held in with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or maybe he just doesn't care. Either one are equally plausible.
Does he have any games on there, Justice?
It doesn't look like... Oh, no, wait. He has Snake. That's it, though.
Ah, that's quite cringe. Ah, thank you, Justice.
Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative.
Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this.
I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed! I assure you, no one is more serious about...
What was it you said?
The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred.
How can you possibly know this? Oh, that's actually a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simply, Your Honor.
The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are!
So someone else was in the room on the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime.
Everything up until...
Whoops.
Whoa!
Everything up... That is the wrong... Sorry, I saw the fucking notice come up and it fucked me. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Also, Numar, I already told the story about the "you're cringe" moment. How calling someone cringe in the middle of a hallway nearly killed everybody. Unironically proud of that, by the what the fuck is that thing?
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on, just a minute. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she's been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You don't want me to read her lines, Dandy.
She's a timid Russian woman, and I cannot do a Russian accent.
You are not getting me to do a fucking girl's that petite. It's not gonna work.
Would you
That's
rather
a
that?
woman. I love how Peter's like, that's a woman, Ice. Like, no shit.
Oh god, I'm gonna humiliate myself live on stream. But what else is new? I cannot do Russian accents. You know, so. You said you want to do more voices that are within my range, which are not many. You are sure?
Oh, I swear on my gavel. Please come out.
Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure, it is okay.
You don't have to do a Russian accent.
Oh, when you start seeing her lines.
Oh, wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia?
Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be...
My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as waitress in Bush Bowl Club restaurant.
Then why the camera? Hold on, I'm gonna try. Let me help you out. I'll read you the lines and what it would probably sound like,
I
and then
cannot do this, man.
So the thing they often do when they're doing stereotypical Russian voices, especially in games like this, is they'll cut words off. So it's, of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. So you have things like that these, like, T's are more like DTs, like that. It's like, it is my pride to be serving borscht that is naming restaurant. Like, the lines are very clearly well read out. You just have to not suck.
Unfortunately for you and everyone else watching, I do indeed suck. Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming a restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said, other service.
Oh, you give good I take it one of the other services is taking the customer's pictures.
Like, for example, this one.
That's the defendant.
Indeed, on the night of the murder.
Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Indeed. That is the victim. Order! Order! Well, this is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It is same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually.
I kind of wish Rez was here so I could make a comment of, you know, casually. That's a Rezism. You know it for a fucking fact.
It is. It absolutely is.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
I was in room. As the hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
Help me. Oh my god.
Is the room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. Mr. Wright isn't the killer. That means...
Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about the night's events. Do you want me to help you with more reads?
No, I'll bumble my way through it, tripping over every hurdle along the way.
It's easy. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game.
It's just... They just forget that certain words in English exist. They're not important. That's all.
All right. We'll see how this goes. It was cool. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket as its neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death.
Oh my god. Olga served the victim of Uncle Vlad's polonium tea.
Oh my god.
Jesus fuck. Oh, the entirety of Russia's fucking leadership is evil people. Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
No!
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose.
Justice?
Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection.
But he hadn't lost in 7 years.
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as a prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
Yeah, it looks like you've been losing ever since.
Yeah, hair.
These are the poker chips as they lay the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belonging to the defendant, Mr. Wright. And those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say?
Duh, I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the Pokerhead of Courtroom Number 3.
I think he means poker face.
Yes, my poker face, poker face. Ma. Looking at this picture.
So dumb.
It does see most of the victims.
So fucking stupid.
What? You've never heard this song?
Ice. I was a bisexual college student.
Yeah, but you also don't know, like, what most things are, so.
I literally went to a Lady Gaga concert, okay?
I have seen Gen Alphas know more about movies from the 80s and 90s than you do.
Well, yeah, because they're having nostalgia for a time where they weren't born yet.
And you have apathy and ignorance for the time when you were alive. How does that make you any less culpable of stupidity?
Would it help if I said that I do not have the attention span for most movies?
The only way you could be getting more fucked right now from this conversation would be if I was raw dogging you right in the courtroom. Stop fighting it.
I mean, the desk in front of us is large enough, so...
You don't know what we're wearing below this table. It does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
The answer, by the way, is absolutely nothing. Here, look. Whoop!
Scandalous! That's the
coming.
Wait, that's the fourth Lady Gaga of today?
Is it really?
Sorry, wait, what? What? Is there a Gaga counter? What the fuck? Hold on.
I mean, if there is, can I get some of those shutter shades? Like the glam shutter shades she had on the cover of the Fame album. I've always wanted a pair of those. They look fucking awesome.
Can't read my, no, you can't read my shutter shades.
Oh, you said the syllable "sh," and I was very concerned for a second. Don't!
You got a Pavlov response!
I hate you.
No, you don't!
Oh my god. My whole body tensed in anticipation.
What'd you think I was gonna be? No, you can't read my shussy shades!
I hate it here. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? Ah, I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It is my work.
Well, it's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Oh, I'll service you real good, Judge. You're welcome to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination.
By the way, do you know how fucking borscht is?
Isn't it just like potato soup?
No, it's beets.
Oh, see, I like pickled beets, but I've never tried a non-pickled beet.
It's just beef soup with cabbage, potatoes, garlic, and it's got a lot of beets in it.
I mean, I do like pickled beets.
It's a beet soup, not a beef soup. My bad.
Yeah. Because
it literally just looks like a bowl of bright fucking red with some sour cream on the top. It is.
I mean, I'd be willing to try it once.
It's great if you like beets, which means if you don't like carrots, you're not going to like it because beets kind of just taste like carrots.
I mean, pickled beets have like an earthy sweetness to them that just like I will fucking.
Oh wait,
devour.
it's served cold.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just cold beet water.
Yeah.
Great. That is the most Russian shit.
Wait.
Fuck's sake.
No, the only way it could be more Russian is if it was vodka instead of water.
The only way it could be more Russian is if people were incredibly apathetic about it.
I'm gonna have to ask my Russian friend to see if he likes borscht or not.
Fun fact, did you know that, like, if you care in Russia, you get made fun of?
Huh.
Yeah. You know how we give people Karen shit? People like Karen shit? Like, what are you gonna do, Karen? In Russia, it's basically, the phrase is, are you going to be the one that cares?
Jesus.
Yeah. And so, like, if you are not apathetic, you are mocked. They are literally a culture that is so subservient and broken because of their fucking communist dictatorship bullshit that they make fun of you if you give a shit.
Cultures be culturing.
Yeah, except this is like a fucking meningitis culture. And the petri dish is very cold.
It's already April. How can it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da? Well, apparently borscht is Ukrainian.
Okay. They're clearly saying it's Russian in the game. I'm going with what I've got to work with.
Yeah, I've always thought borscht was a Russian thing. I didn't know it was Ukrainian. We learned something today. His locket? I believe it was good luck charm, Doc. He gripped it many times as he played that night. God, with her voice, I'm realizing, like, I feel like I just have to close my throat when I talk. That is, like, how I'm getting through this. Hey, Leaf, how you doing tonight, dude?
Ah, yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have that much lift.
The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket?
Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket, that's why it's called that.
No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape it...
It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society.
Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So what happened next?
Something terrible?
The defense will refrain from needless shouting.
Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened?
Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear.
You must also be incredibly hot because you are wearing heavy golden coat in middle of 95-degree courtroom.
Yeah, she must be burning up under
She
there.
must be sweating.
But the defendant would never do such a thing!
Well, now, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because the defendant has lost game?
Yeah, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. Who knows? Maybe he has a defeat fetish now. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do now.
Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Wright isn't the killer. I've got you now, Orly. Wait.
Haha.
Okay, I guess it's too early to present that. Ugh, lame.
Nice try, Dandy.
Oh, duh, it's more obvious. Death caused by single blow to forehead. It was blunt force trauma, not strangulation. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ms. Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime?
Put the bowl down. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Man, Jet Black has had it really hard since the Bebop crew disbanded.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
See you later, Space Cowboy.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Oh, that's quite shocking, isn't it? The head certainly was hit.
Whack. But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time.
Justice? I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more.
What do you mean? I found a contradiction.
Yes, there's one thing in our testimonies that troubles me.
Very well. Seems we should continue this cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
Oh, wait. Are we saying that those... Can people hear that?
It's funny because it's an ongoing joke that sometimes people can, sometimes they can't. With Phoenix, people describe it as people can see what he's thinking because he does not have a good poker face, which is ironic considering this case. Whereas with Apollo, people say he's just muttering stuff under his breath. So it's always up for interpretation. Wait. You didn't say anything about hitting before. So sorry. I must be forgetting this now.
Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim and then changed his mind and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yeah, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do.
Alright, we already saw this text. So, yeah. Oh, God. I'm gonna look real dumb, because I've played this game several times, but some of these testimonies I forget.
Was it really forgettable?
Defendant tried to victim, hit him with a bottle. Nope. Ugh. Say, there's a couple things I'm thinking that I know what the answers is. It's just I forget the how to get there. Ice, what do you have any? Do you have any suggestions for what?
Yes. Open up a walk through dumb shit. You know we don't play these games to play these games. We play these games to read dumb dialogue and riff.
That's a good point.
If you trying to be sweaty in Phoenix Wright while struggling your hardest to do a goddamn Russian accent for a woman who's got to be sweating her balls off is not a great time for you. Fake it till you make it, read the dumb dialogue, fucking read the FAQ. Nobody is going to judge.
I mean, I could just click autoplay right now if I wanted to, but...
Don't fuck up there. That's fucking...
Why are you playing the fucking False Hydra at a point like this? What is going on? What is wrong with you?
Because I want to hear if Slug catches one note of it and freaks out. I played that once during D&D and Keenan House said nothing but Slug and ass. He tweaked.
Objection! Now I present... Oh, Jesus Christ. You know,
It's all right, Dandy. You're good at presenting.
thank you. I think.
Anyways.
You know, there was one curious partner testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but I'll raise an objection to your hairstyle, Mr. Payne.
Nice
But look
job,
at this
Dandy.
photo.
What?
You just flashbanged my brain. It took me a moment to fucking process what the hell you just did.
What? He said, nice job, Daniel Bandicoot.
She said it in stereo and it just... You having
What?
fun there?
Yes. Are you?
Do you see a locket on the victim's neck?
Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this.
But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor.
It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no?
Taking it off. Wait, you don't mean...
The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say?
Yeah?
I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yeah, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Phoenix got busy!
Come again?
No, I don't feel like having more kids. Right, you have a daughter. You reproduced. Not asexually, but you created another thing out of you and someone else. Canonically, you are not a virgin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence?
So, like, when you plowed her, did you scream justice has been served when you were making? Like, how did that work? I can't stop thinking about this. Of anybody that I know that should never have had kids.
Hold on.
You just can't. I'm so lost.
Hold on. I need to address an inconsistency in chat.
What?
Chat, someone in chat just said Phoenix fucked Edgeworth and got him pregnant. No. Other way around.
Yeah, seriously.
We all know Edgeworth is the top. There is no goddamn way Phoenix is topping in that relationship.
Erection! All right. Perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of this game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary.
Think that, like, with every thrust, he's just like, take that, take that, take that.
Phoenix, stop, you're hurting me. Objection!
Oh my god.
I'm close. Hold it! Phoenix, I have to pee. You've been at this for an hour and a half. Hold it! Are you done, Phoenix?
Oh, that's great.
Don't worry, baby. Justice for all. God, you're cringe. Zippy has left. This is why we play Phoenix Wright. 50% of it is for joke opportunity. So much worse than the Mario games.
It's clearly the defendant's lost pendant.
Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant.
Aw. The game began with. Oh my god, I've lost it. I've lost it entirely. Blah, 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 blah. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who is winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendants play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and...
Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. You couldn't read his poker face.
He's got to love nobody. Sorry.
Failure must have been a pill to swallow.
Why am I laughing at my own fucking jokes? That's so weak. How many times have I heard those words?
He just went on.
I'm sorry, I read that and it in my head it said it don't fit in, and I was like, everybody's getting laid today. And like it just stopped me dead in my fucking tracks. Because it came up and I was like, wait, hold on, let me reread that. By the time I reread it a third time, the text was fucking gone. I don't want to imagine what Judge's pull-out game is like. Ah!
Methinks the judge watches too many old court pornos. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. What do you think he watches? Gavel Granny's 57?
I just made a bitter beer face. I just want to let you know.
Oh man.
Fun fact, we were going over the PNG tubers to see which PNG tuber I actually made Dandy the most muscular in, and it's actually this one.
Yeah. This is like tied. This is tied.
The most jacked I've ever made him.
Which is ironic for an attorney. But it's tied with the fucking
What are you
Resident
talking
Evil
about? This is the only one where you've been in a... Well, no, because like this was early on when we were doing stuff and I was really trying to joke your dick and make you feel like less of a sub.
Oh my god.
What?
Did you have to use that exact phrase?
Sorry, I was trying to stroke your dick and stop you from feeling like such a sub, so I made you bigger in this.
Hey, I've got a question for chat.
Uh-oh.
If each person... So I'm going to make chat do math here for a second. If each player started with 3,500 chips, how many points total?
What?
If each player started with 3,500 points in chips, how many total points are on the table?
That would mean that what? What are the values of the chips?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
150s?
So 7,000. How would you turn these chips into 7,000? Because we can see that there are 10 big chips and 6 small chips.
It would probably have to be the gray chips are 1,000, the red chips are 500. Look, I draw porn for a living, dude. What do you want from me?
Well, this is what I mean.
No, you're the one with autism. You should be able to just look at this and figure out my tax codes in 30 seconds. Do your job.
Well, the thing is that if it's 7,000 points, if the small chips are each 1,000 and then the big chips are 100, then it equals 1,000. If that's the case...
Mizu just got here and he was asking if he's gotten to the incest scene yet.
No, we'll get to that later. Don't you worry. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Hold on.
This game!
You know, Dandy, you may want to use a fucking walkthrough before you lose in the tutorial! Professional Twitch streamer and person who has done the first 2 games and the third as well, somehow managing to fail on the tutorial.
Okay. I always forget. From this game onwards, the testimonies become stupid because even if you figure it out, ooh, they're gonna make you go through some bullshit. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Duh, of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Oh yeah, press it hard. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain. What is there to be explained?
Sorry, I thought you were getting into some social drama on Twitter, and it's literally somebody who's stealing your exact color palette.
Wait, what?
I thought you were getting into some serious drama on the internet, and then I looked, and it's actually somebody who has stolen your exact color palette.
Please link me, because I feel like I've seen that happen a couple times. The thing is, the blue...
I mean, it's just a wolf version of you. It is identical, dude. Same, I did. I just sent it to you on Discord.
Cool. But I need to point out.
It's the same guy.
Ice. I'm not original. I ripped this look off from Sonic. Okay,
Sonic does not have brown hair, you dunce.
The fucking blue and tan is close enough, though.
And the brown hair and your eye color, and the patterns and everything is identical. Okay, so anyways, use a walkthrough, numbfuck. Otherwise, you're going to lose on the tutorial, and everybody is going to assassinate you in chat.
Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles, even? Yet, as I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Or perhaps for capitalists to understand. 2 types of chip, 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, dog.
Justice.
Sir!
Don't you find her comment interesting?
In more ways than one, sir.
I'd have to add, I've had it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Yes! I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Reading this script. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind.
Your Honor. I'm just saying, it is something that you can figure out without the need for this information. The fact that they make you do that. Objection! Now we present it. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure?
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won if you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem with to the court, please?
Of course, Your Honor. I'd love to explain basic math to this 63-year-old man. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
The big ones, of course, duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witnesses told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is it?
do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Ah, my accent just turned to fucking Russian. Cool.
Oops. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction.
Fun fact, his design is eerily similar to a character from Xenogears.
Who's Apollo's?
No,
Kristoff?
Kristoff's, yeah. He looks eerily similar to he looks like a fusion between Saito no Sumi and Bart.
I'll have to look him up after the stream.
Yeah, it's weird. All right.
Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness!
Well, show me that photograph of the chips again. Let's see, there are 6 small chips, 10 large chips. Oh, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. And
Well-
not using a walkthrough on the internet. I'm very proud of you.
Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing!
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Ah.
Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
4,100 points!
Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
I really should have put that much energy into that fucking
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning!
Yeah!
Now, Ms. Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you?
Order! Order, damn it! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. And Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened.
That was. I'm sorry. I'm impressed with that noise you just made. That's
What do you mean?
genuinely amazing.
What? I just read out what I saw.
All right. In addition to the hold it on screen, I'm saying to hold it to chat. So I
Hold on,
couldn't
what
help
do we
but
got
notice
here?
we didn't
I
just
was-
get raided. And our viewer count just jumped by like 30 or 40 people. Either Twitch is glitching
What
or
the fuck
hello
just
VR
happened?
chat. One
I
or
feel
the
like this
other.
is I feel like this is a hello VR chat.
Hi,
There he is.
Hydra. How y'all
There
doing
he
tonight?
is.
Welcome to the chat. Say, we are
Hi,
doing the first case.
Welcome VR chat muscle meetup. Welcome to the thing that we're doing. I hope you guys enjoy being here. And fucking go on to our thing and sub because or follow us because we're funny.
You know,
and
this is why I
buff.
let you do all the talking, because you are so good at selling our streams to people.
We're funny as fuck and also don't try hard.
We definitely do not try hard.
You legitimately did not casually hear someone go, "Hey, what's up, gamers? We're gonna be playing more Minecraft. Welcome to BFG streams. Cringe until your dick falls off. We got merch in the store. Like, comment, and subscribe." You know, we don't do that fucking AIDS.
The fact that you can go that high with your voice feels unnatural sometimes.
God have my.
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
See what, Miss Orly? What do we see?
in the last hand, there was cheat.
Oh, the cheat. Is a very obscure Strong Bad reference for those of you that were alive in the early 2000s.
A trick!
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yeah, but only one can be perpetuated by an Indian in a call center.
Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are. Great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating.
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, the game becomes argument, though. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Oh, poor Mr. Smith. Ms. Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is not enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin? What's a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker?
I can't say this bodes well for your case or career.
What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? I thought it was illegal anyways.
Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, yes?
Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind.
Good. Now, picture a hand with 1 pair and then 3 of a kind. That is a full house. Also, a family sitcom from the 80s.
That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
Well, it was very difficult to produce. They actually had a child character, and she had to be portrayed by identical twins because of labor laws, and they could, one child would become very tired, so they switched out. And that is why the Olsen twins basically look like drug addicts now. But that's besides the point.
The logistics of that must have been horrible.
It was obnoxious, yes, but they still did it. It was also one of Bob Saget's funnier roles. What the fuck are you guys talking about? We like to have fun here. You can see each player's in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
Everywhere you look. Sorry. We. Stop fapping.
I'm
We forgot
clapping.
That's not what it sounded like to me.
We forgot there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years.
Oh my
You
god, did
cheat.
it really last 7 seasons?
Actually, hold on.
This is a joke. Okay, you know what? How
8
long?
seasons.
God damn. Wow, that's even more impressive.
You cheat.
Oh, wait, wrong cheat, sorry. Ahem. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Jesus, how fucked up would it be if I just made the judge sound like Strong Bad from the Strong Bad emails?
Oh god.
That would have gone on. That would
That bit would have gotten
ugly.
old fast.
I don't know, man. Strong Bad's got a fun voice.
I mean, he does have a fun voice, but oh my god.
You can only sit there and talk
Also-
like this for so long. Do you know what I mean?
Also, look at how hard Apollo thinks. Like, he's got like the puckered lips, the scrunched eyebrows. Like, ooh, he is thinking hard.
Yeah, that's a blowjob face.
Oh my god. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat?
Don't you love it when we do Phoenix Wright games and for some reason these are our most weirdly sexually charged games?
Yeah, for whatever reason. But I mean, I could understand between Phoenix and Edgeworth. They
Hey,
like.
what's up, Zippy?
Hi, Zippy. What's up? What's up? How was it clear? Ah, well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this testimony to our pleas. Yes, that's good. Okay.
No, sorry, that's not gonna work.
Alright, here's a very obvious contradiction. How many aces do you see, Ice?
I see a pansexual and a bisexual. Sorry, I see 4. God, I timed that really good.
God. It appears the witness is mistaken.
Oh, by the way,
Mistaken?
we've corrupted Zippy. As he said earlier, he's a furry now.
Hell yeah, welcome to the club, Zippy. Appears the witness is mistaken.
I predicted it like over a month
my
ago.
name is... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. He has the mind of a small parakeet. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo, because apparently I have the mind of a fucking child.
Just gonna go. We're gonna point to a little ace ways. So it's right there.
Ms. Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
2 aces in the player's hands does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it, the 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
Please do not tell Vladimir. I will go to Gulag.
That's odd.
I
She
couldn't
must
resist.
be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps they might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Oh, very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Oh, obviously the victim's hand. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well. That moment when you flip one of the kings over and it's actually a double-sided card with an ace on the back.
Well,
Well.
time's wasting. Get to it, Justice.
Well, let's flip it over and see what we find. Only one of the cards has a blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know?
Yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, who would be blue? That's just silly. Yes, sir! Oh, they're gonna do it for me. Okay. An exam. Yep.
Use the up, down, left, and right keys.
Yep.
Yes, that
I
should
got
give
it.
you a
I got
better
it. Okay. Okay. Yep.
perspective.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
let's
Yep.
do
I got
it.
it. I've got it, sir. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. That's impossible. I put that card in right side.
What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yes, I merely said it. I have.
Your Honor? Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Wait, so you mean this witness, Ms. Orley?
She is the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her.
Whoa! Time out, party file. Hold on, wait. No. Hey. No, that's not cool, Apollo. We ask consent in this courtroom.
I mean, of her mistake.
Oh, thank fuck. You almost got cancelled on Twitter.com.
Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Ms. Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What? Wait, you don't mean... The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
Time for justice.
That's definitely what he says in bed. That is 1,000%. That's like unzip pants time for justice. Phoenix wiggling his ass back and forth at him.
Stop.
Oh, you better get it in. You don't want to miss and get some duty on your penis. All right, sorry.
I'm all over the fucking place tonight.
You are.
Oh no, Lupus clipped it.
There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Ms. Olga Orley, of murder.
It would have been so much funnier if it fucking fell on her. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor.
I would like to point out that it has been 7 years since the last game, and I look the same, but Mr. Payne looks like shit, which means I am aging like wine and he is aging like milk.
I
That
agree
being
with
said,
that statement,
it
Your
seems
Honor.
you've presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
And that means?
Well, it means that, this court cannot pronounce a verdict of the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
Another thing that he definitely says in bed. That even got Azzy to laugh. I see no point. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. Shut the fuck up. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Mr. Wright?
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Well, think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
Wait, what are you doing? Stop doing his job! Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook is ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, shut the fuck up. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. God, I love how his face is just himbo, brain empty. And also, why does his pussy hat say Papa on the side of it? Is he just wanting Mexican people to call him Daddy?
No, that's Pop P.
Oh shit, good point. There's so much ice shut the fuck up going on in chat, and I love it. By the way, when you guys do that, I feed on that. That is my sustenance. And my nutrition. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
Yeah, I know. The 2 decks at the club have different colors, blue and red. 1 color per deck.
Why use different colored backs?
Yeah, if you use the same color, the two decks might get mixed.
You use different colors and they still got mixed up?
We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Yeah, the German.
Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix. And which means they was cheating.
Yeah, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet this card raises 2 serious questions. A Apollo?
Yes?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are three broad possibilities here. Could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright.
Oh? Might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped?
When was the card swapped into the deck? Perhaps it happened after the murder?
What? That's ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly!
Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
I know, have you looked in a mirror lately?
The self-esteem damage, that's painful. That's a mean word you said.
And besides, even when the backs of the cards are a different color, if you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time.
Quite true. That would mean the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
True indeed. That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yeah, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card?
Who?
It's a game, and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. It's defendant Phoenix Wright and our witness Olga Orley.
Okay. So who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orley either.
Why does his hair have an erection? What are you suggesting? Nice hair boner, by the way.
That's only a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As for the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point.
Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
My apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking of how much fun this all is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and that wasn't Miss Orley, then who the frick was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it?
Yeah, precisely.
Huh?
Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? Yeah, that's what I just said. We'll find that indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hands. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swapping didn't know two color cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card.
Right. the person replaced the 5th ace with a king.
I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. And they knew that that's the game that been, or all they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, the person doesn't exist.
True. Until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there all that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. His trial is proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. Now, I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. Well, the problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I will see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor. Missionary or doggy style?
The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
Wow, he's
25. 25 if you hold out for a bit longer this time.
God, No. I love how I can get chat to just fucking lose their goddamn lid by injecting random horniness into a game.
Watch, I can do this too. Haha! Penis.
Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Fucking brilliant. 8 out of 11. Amazing. Congratulations. 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 Thanks, everyone. That was quite...
Haha.
In the other room, as he's quoting the other thing, go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself!
God.
Oh my god. Oh wow, right, just called you a Dane Cook wannabe.
Oof.
Ouch.
I'm not that loud.
Yeah, however, I've been told numerous times that I have Dane Cook energy, and that's basically like saying, your stash looks kind of Hitlery. You know, like, you don't want... It's like, thanks for saying I look kind of like a famous person, but I would have preferred Charlie Chaplin. You couldn't have gone with Charlie Chaplin? It looks like, I mean, if I'm rocking that mustache, that's definitely Charlie Chaplin. Why would you say Hitler? Hitler's not the only one that's not that mustache. Could have said fucking Jameson from Spider-Man, but they're like, no, that was a nice Hitler stash you got there. A Wiedersehen. Anyways. So that was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. What a segue, talking about Hitler's mustache, going right into a German accent.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, man.
Beautiful phrasing. Lovely continuity. Approved. 10 out of 10. Give yourself a hug. The painting in the background looks fucking terrifying. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of a crime like that. I must ask, is this the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. Furthermore, if you really want to keep playing defense lawyer, why did you give up your badge? Ah, I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice.
Yes, sir?
How does it feel to be one-upped by a character from another video game in your current one? You've barely had any dialogue.
Oh, don't worry. It's gonna happen for 2 more games after this one.
Does it get worse?
Oh, it gets so much worse, sir.
Wow. That's really rough. I'm sorry. That's unkind.
I know, they give me...
Do they let you play in the fighting games at least so that you can fight back? You've got the boxing hands.
They gave...
Maybe punch out?
They gave Mr. Right my colors, but that's about it.
So they just really enjoy bending you over and fucking you. That's very interesting.
Yes, sir, that's all I'm good for.
Well, at least you've got the shonen hands. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Talking about sex, and I'm off.
You suppose they're better than yaoi hands?
Well, you did well, Apollo.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Right?
You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I managed to fuck a Studio Ghibli character, so that's why she looks that way.
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Yeah, well, most people are. Perhaps you'll meet one of these days.
One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago, what I did? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never, honest! But it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
You want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker.
Eh?
See, poker's all about reading your opponent. That way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Figuring out what your opponent is thinking, and you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I don't think so. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Your body language can become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
No. Come on, who'd notice that?
Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass that secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
Listen. I'm not All Might, you're not Deku, you don't have to eat hair. There's nothing about being worthy involved. You can do it.
Huh?
You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
It's called My Hero Academia. It is a very popular shonen manga. Read it. Anyways, you will soon. Oh, I almost forgot. One more thing about the case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it!
And my reasons, of course, and that'll be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power.
My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special.
I mean, I've seen your max bench press. That's pretty fucking impossible for a twunk. Anyways,
Thank you.
It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best, kid.
Oh wow, they give a lot of slots. Perfect. On to the next chapter. Oh, the Chords of Steel, that's just a vocal exercise that Apollo does every morning. It's his quirky character trait.
Court will now reconvene.
By the way, I think you're gonna want to do a voice coming up here.
What the fuck haven't I been doing tonight? I've been flexing my range.
Yes, you have, and I have been struggling with two voices.
As our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Payne.
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds to refuse testifying or prosecution. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley takes a stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession?
Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you are a poor liar and an even poorer loser.
Not.
Oh my god.
Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Oh, really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like O'Reilly. There, that's the truth. Hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are under oath, but that doesn't seem to have stopped you from lying through your fucking teeth and pulling off a henshin sequence right after. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences, especially given that this place is an analog for Japan's criminal prosecution system where you're pretty much executed guaranteed if you get sent to jail. Bitch.
Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. We'd then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would have been dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh, really? Orly. Ugh, how droll.
But it appears you made quite a mistake.
A mistake?
I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet what happened to that planted card?
Hey, that's right! He's lucky, I'll give him that. Have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Oh, really? Well, the witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. I've been a bad girl.
That is true. You were caught rather effectively. Therefore, you are definitely not good at whatever you do.
You know, when you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Also, she just looks like a Pokemon trainer now.
She Kinda does. I mean, I've always loved her design. Like,
Yeah, what the fuck is that thing around her neck, though?
the bow tie or the camera?
Is that a camera? Okay.
Yeah, that's the camera she was using to take pictures earlier.
Okay.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. Trap failed. Next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good, cheating defendant.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect. That rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking!
Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
So yeah, obviously, like, the thing where she called Wright a cheater has to be the fucking... Hold on. Oh, is that where you're... Okay, go for it.
Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's up? You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly, and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well...
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
What was that just now? I sense something.
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. Oh, what to do? Should I press her a little harder? Maybe go a little crazy? Sure, what's the worst that can happen? Ms. Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You... Me? Quick fingers? Oh, really? Hide something.
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. Oh, what is this weird vibe I'm getting?
You have passed the vibe check. That witness, for instance, Ms. Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it? Oh! Ah, what's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus. There. That twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before.
Oh, is that Apollo's power?
Uh-huh.
So you actually have to look at the animations now?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Ms. Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what?
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort.
When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
Memory? Could someone explain what the fuck he's babbling about?
Language also, this is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us?
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Ms. Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. Notice it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left the inerasable impression on your neck is this. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit.
Sorry, babe.
If you were the... If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What? What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her.
Oh.
Ms. Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I am knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian. The accent was horrible.
The witness will testify, please. Now.
They just wanted to play that fucking animation again.
They were so proud of it.
They wanted to just be like, look, we worked really hard on this one animation. Can you please have an excuse to play it a second time? Just
fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there.
Bullshit, but okay.
I mean, didn't Phoenix literally leave the scene to call?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Objection! Fucking bitch is horrible at this.
Ms. Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant.
Sup, Zippy?
And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
Why did a fucking lobster just fall out of the sky?
Lobster borscht bis.
The borscht doesn't have lobster in it.
I mean, she's not Russian, nor Ukrainian. So
I'm glad the temperatures are getting better, Zips.
the man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets, now! It's gone! The card's gone! Ah! Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me. You, some master of cheating you turned out to be. When I came to,
The victim was already dead, is that it?
that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does that leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! God, it must have been me who was hitting the bottle. I'm imagining all of this.
Well, it appears our prosecution is at its wit's end. And frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin? Sir?
I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat, doo-doo-head liar.
What?
You heard me. Doo-doo. Nanny, poo-poo, stick your face in doo-doo. Yeah, 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive.
A motive?
A plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with the client, Mr. Smith. And the denouncement of that argument was murder.
What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
What a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process.
Oh, Mr. Wright, those are some big boy words.
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right. Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. This theory again! Your 4th person doesn't exist! Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal.
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. Right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo? Perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Remember what I said? 4th person who swapped the cards made 1 critical error.
He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right. How could such an obvious mistake occur? Cards used for the last game were red. Yet there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were all blue.
Yeah. I had that impression too, but why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear!
Well, no, duh.
It's Gavin, you fucking knob.
Oh, why do I always get put on the spot like this?
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were all blue? As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair.
I was right.
Christoph Gavin. You were the 4th person that night.
But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yeah, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph.
Even I'd never take a joke this far.
Kane is just here for the ride now. Yeah, basically.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity.
No, this is Sparta! No, sorry, wait, hold on, wrong thing.
Hi, Raiders, welcome. How you doing, Werewolf Hero?
Did I just fucking yell, "This is Sparta," just as someone fucking raided us?
Hi, Raiders. I hope you enjoy your mandatory ear damage. It's a prerequisite of joining our streams. How are y'all doing tonight? We are currently playing Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. We're still on the first case, and we are at the end of the case, basically. The big twist.
Where I'm yelling and damaging everyone's fucking eardrums. You know, it's like hazing.
Yeah, it is what happens. I've been dealing with it for 2 years. My ears are used to it by now. And by used to it, I mean, I think I have permanent hearing loss.
I actually feel genuinely bad now.
No, I don't.
I actually felt emotional damage from that.
I genuinely think I'm fine. I have not noticed a difference in my hearing for real.
It's because your fucking ears are so big.
Yeah, that's why they're big, so they can hear a lot of
The
things.
defendant's accusing his own defense attorney of murder.
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
What the possible connection, Mr. Gavin, after the victim?
Wasn't aware of that. I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yeah, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
Yeah, there's a possibility after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify.
The defense would like to request no such thing.
Mr. Gavin?
Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? I'm not sure if I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley. Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
Et tu, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. Please. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from the cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder. I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder.
Quite against my will. I had become involved in a murder after all, not the first time. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. Just like I did then, and now. Oh, I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Does anyone here find it weird that Justice seems to be a side character in his own video game title? No? Nothing? No one?
It's just my life, sir.
Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice.
Sir!
He's lying, and you're going to expose him.
Understood, sir? Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. Oh, this can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial?
I love how his fucking bangs tell most of his personality. I love that so much.
He's a wonderful character. It's a shame that all the writing around him is so bad. This is gonna be fun. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin.
Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying our usual dinner at our spot, same as usual.
Usual?
Yeah, I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So the place and such on the table will firm your dinner?
Indeed. The remnants of my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that...
5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time.
Yeah, that would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright, was that... what was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met?
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall.
That does seem a little weak. As the pretense for a murder, at least. It would be, if that were all that really happened.
Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Ms. Olga Orley mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was playing a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Fucking bitch. Yeah, harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
A quirk?
Yeah, I happened to put my hand in my pocket and I found a card.
The card she planted.
Yeah, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There's an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. Just threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice?
The murder weapon?
I mean, wine?
Yeah, I rolled it up and shoved it in. Colored glass makes it hard to see. Battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama.
I think they should put it in a video game.
Yeah, it'll be a real trial and tribulation.
Card inside the murder weapon, though. It's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Also, it is grape juice in the original Japanese version as well. I genuinely think they
nice.
do it.
It's wine.
Well, I think they do it to avoid ESRB. Because this game was still rated T. We don't get into M rating until the next game. That was the game where they were like, fuck it.
I'm sorry, how did Phoenix Wright pull off an M rating? R-A-P-E, get his dick away from me. Oh, okay.
No, well, if I say it's spoilers. So, just remember that this is a game series about crimes, and they've gotten away with T rating this whole time. Imagine how brutal it's gonna be for it to get an M rating after, you know, the Shitishito and all that fun stuff. Shitishito. Anyways.
Oh, it's because it was a kid. Got it.
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
Please revive. I literally just asked my AI real quick. Please revise your testimony with this new information. I don't know why I blurted that out.
Why do you...
What?
Tell AI Swolf I'm gonna downgrade his programming if he doesn't shut up about spoilers.
I mean, it's not unusual to kill kids in video games. Didn't we play one recently where a child was murdered to fucking back? Or was that a movie we watched?
No, that was The Walking Dead.
Oh, right. Yeah, The Walking Dead, watching Duck die a horrible death.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
I always make sure to wait until he stops breathing.
Christ.
Well, then I'm not shooting a living child.
Yeah, you know, fair.
Yeah, did you notice in that scene I waited until he stopped breathing?
I was wondering why you were waiting. And also, Phoenix is fucking lying here. You see a fucking card? You see a fucking card in this bottle?
That's this. I was unironically shaking my head when he said that.
Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yeah?
I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here.
Huh. No? Huh. Mr. Wright, surely ... isn't all you have to say for yourself. You know, I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, though.
Huh?
Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle and there was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the cards just disappear?
In any case, please continue the... And I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh.
Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO.
Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore?
No, he's not on your client's side anymore. God, I love what they did with Phoenix's design. He looks like he doesn't give a single fuck anymore.
Phoenix? I don't see blood streaming from his forehead.
Yeah, neither do I.
Mr. Wright, if I may. Oh.
Yeah.
Take a look at this photograph. Take a look at this graph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. You know?
Good point.
Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it.
Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court?
I just forgot to mention something. I was the one that put that hat on his head. You
put the hat on a dead man's head.
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph.
And?
I picked the hat up off the floor and put it on his head. What? Why'd you do that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. Except for the fact that he just goddamn incriminated himself again because his fingerprints are on the wine bottle.
So his Orly didn't see it? It being the victim's, or his head.
Guess not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again.
Mr. Gavin?
Pardon. Just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case.
Hey, he's still our client, isn't he?
I believe that's enough of that.
Mr. Gavin?
This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see just how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone.
Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never.
Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
A reason.
That reason is right here.
Your cell phone?
That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. You don't have a problem with fucking recording people against their will. Christoph and I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. The gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. Turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? What? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that.
Oh
my god, they misspelled. No, can you wind back real quick?
No, he's about to explain.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that wasn't. Okay. Kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Court appreciates the defendant's assertion not indicating my forehead.
Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club?
Most certainly.
Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene.
And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Order! I will have order, Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor?
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear the defense attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, as the prosecutor, I...
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we clear on that?
Crystal, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
Also, the final testimony.
Question.
You cool with going for just a little bit longer tonight? It is
No.
It is the... Huh?
Yeah, well, I like cliffhangers, but that's my personal preference. Like, I genuinely like leaving people on cliffhangers, but that's just me. This is your game.
Say, if you're cool with going just a little over tonight, this is the final testimony.
I've already said no, but we're doing it anyways.
If you're saying no, then we'll leave it there for tonight. I know you got stuff you have to do, so. So, we'll see the final testimony next time. And
Do we have gift
will...
art?
Huh?
Did we get gift art or no?
I'm not sure. I will check.
Let me check. Well, I should be checking. You're in the middle of doing something. Hold on.
I saved like 7 times there.
Nope, we're good. We are actually good. We can figure out who we're rating.
All right, let's see who we are gonna raid tonight. We got a lot of
Bobbert
people
or
to send.
Bobbert or Yoshil, stick your pick. Or Rakesh.
Let's take a look and say, what are each of them doing? I'm peeking in on them.
Bobbert is playing games and doodling. Yoshil's is doing Mario and Luigi Brothership. Rakesh is doing Dave the Diver.
Ooh. Ooh, that's ooh. All of them are awesome people. I'll take care of Mizu.
Drive safely, Mizu. Literally, well, ride safely in your case. You know what? Let's go raid Bobbert.
Bobbert, you got it. So he's doing Poke Rogue, a Pokemon roguelike. So before we send people, I knew that was gonna happen. Hold up a minute. None of y'all saw anything.
Wow, that's a very large Daniel Bandicoot.
Say thank you everyone for coming out tonight, for
Yeah, it's been
enjoying
amazing.
the courtroom drama. There's gonna be so much more. I'm so excited to be back to Ace Attorney. The dead see all day. I hope you guys aren't dead. All right, got the raid set up. Genuinely, thank you for enjoying this with us. Love y'all.
And as always, please don't forget, drive safely, folks.